Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome to So Much to Talk About. All of you, my name is Nabaté Isles, and this is episode number 105 of SMTA. And all of you saw my face for the first couple of seconds. I wanted to let everyone see, give everyone foreshadowing of the wonderful-looking man that's right in front of you right here tonight. But anyway, another good-looking guy that's on the phone right now is Mr. Paul Miahky. He was on last week, and we had an extensive preview of the 2008 NBA draft, and we will reflect and look back on the draft 10 years ago, 1998 NBA draft. And Mr. Paul Miahky is on the line right now, my Midwest correspondent, college sports guru. Paul, thank you for being on the show.
It's great to be on for 2 weeks in a row, my friend.
Oh, definitely.
I feel special.
Oh, you are special, man, and this is a special time because you and I, this is the time that we love, NBA draft time. It's a great time of the year, that's for sure.
And it seems like this year, I mean, things are changing daily with players sliding, rising in this draft on Saturday. It's really difficult to cover and follow. Frankly, I'm having trouble, gauging.
Oh,
gauging the picks.
That's for sure. I mean, wow, tomorrow, yeah, that's right. Tomorrow night Thursday night at the theater at Madison Square Garden, and we want to look back to the draft of 1998, and here we go. Without further ado, we're going to look at the lottery selections that year. And, what is your take? I mean, you and I, when you transferred, we both went to the Eastman School of Music together, and you transferred to University of Southern California, and you and I kept in touch, and we talked about how Paul Pierce was the best player in this draft. He should have been the #1 pick overall. How did he slide to 10?
Well, I think it's similar to what the name's like the Kansas star right now, Brandon Rush.
Oh, Brandon Rush. Mm-hmm.
Similar in the sense that Pierce just had such a well-rounded game too, and I think in the Kansas system he might have been sort of he wasn't such a dynamic scorer like he is now or like he was a few years ago. Maybe I think people were wishing he was a little more assertive in his game at Kansas, but I mean we all know what it translated into, and I think the Brandon Rush comparisons are valid.
Oh yes, indeed, that is for sure. And but I think Paul Pierce definitely offensively was still a talent. And remember in that McDonald's game 1995 with KG and Stephon Marbury, Chauncey Billups, et cetera, he dropped 27 or 28 in that game.
That's
definitely.
Right. That's right.
And and his teammate Ray LaFrentz picked ahead of him. That's funny. I mean, because LaFrentz was talented. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, you and I knew at that time Pierce was the better pro prospect.
True. Yeah. I think they also had disappointing NCAA tournament runs. Maybe that might have factored in, to Pierce slipping. I know they had a couple of didn't go as far as they had liked, or as many people projected.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point because, yeah, in that 1998 Kansas team, #1 in the nation, I think they only lost 2 games, and they lost in the second round of the NCAAs. That was tough. I forgot which team, but I'm going to talk about that next week, definitely, I'll find that out. But, Antoine Jameson, Vince Carter, they were both traded for each other. Very interesting. They were traded, like Antoine Jameson was drafted by Toronto, 4th overall, Vince Carter by Golden State, 5th overall, and they were traded for each other. It turned out to be a good deal for both teams, but especially Toronto making the playoffs down the road in 2000,
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting story. It certainly did benefit Toronto. Both are great, just really solid players, have had solid careers, both explosive players.
Mm-hmm. And who would have thought Jameson would have developed the outside game that he developed? Because in North Carolina, he was an inside player.
He was. And he still got a lot of game left in him. I mean, he had a nice playoff series against the Cavaliers. And he really has worked on his shot, obviously.
That's right. He's going to make some big money. He was a 2010 guy this year, and he's looking to get a big contract to close out his career. That's for sure. And, oh, two more people I'd like to talk about. Oh, Dirk Nowitzki. You know, you and I talked about him when we saw him in the Hoop Summit in 1998, dropped 36 and 17 against the likes of Rashard Lewis and Al Harrington. And, you know, and Nowitzki, that trade, you know, Milwaukee drafted him, and Dallas, Don Nelson, how astute is he? He traded tractor trailer, Robert Trailer, for Nowitzki and Pat Garrity. Turned out to be a great deal for Dallas, his franchise.
Absolutely. Don Nelson has always had an eye for, you know, prolific offense, guys who could fill it up, you know, and I think he accurately did not see much from tractor trailer.
That's for sure. He was very astute, very astute. They were able to acquire Steve Nash by trading Pat Garrity to Phoenix that same summer. So, I mean, Dallas, you know, with Nash and Nowitzki, they turned it around.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
you know, point. And one more thing, also too, oh, Jason Williams, Mike Bibby. Bibby and Jason Williams, you know, Jason Williams had all this hoopla coming into the league, but Bibby turned out to have a steady career.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, for sure. But I want to get your take. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the rest of the draft.